Discover It card. Which one is it? The first one, right? Here we go. Student cashback. So if you're a student, man, this is a card you can get out the gate. You don't need to have an annual fee either as well, but it has a lot of benefits for you as a beginner card, and it'll match your cashback as well, pretty much. All right. 5% cashback. So you earn 5% cashback on everyday purchases, different places. Typically speaking, guys, you want to have a card that's gonna be stable, and not have a mixed match. For example, some places give you points for like gas alone, or for example, maybe like shopping at a certain store or restaurant. But if it's stable, it's better for you because you don't have to like worry about where to shop. But this one's not bad at all. Grocery stores, restaurants, gas stations, and more. And then unlimited cashback, so you can spend as much as you want and never worry about not getting cash back. So that's pretty good, and it matches it for unlimited. And then zero fraud or liability. So again, guys, use your debit card, a gas station, they take your information, and then bam, you're in trouble. But with this card, fraud is taken care of as well. And then apply now, and then the requirements here, no annual fee, which is pretty good. Unlimited $1 match, and again, more points as well. So not a bad card at the very beginning. But Discover itself, I'm not a fan of, but if for you, it might be actually good. So
the other thing also, guys, that's important to know when it comes to these credit cards, right, is the beginner credit cards, you're going to notice they're not going to have as many perks as other credit cards when you have a higher credit score. There's just, because the thing is that the higher credit score, the better the credit card you can get with your credit score. So some, like if you want to get like an Amex Platinum, etc., which we're going to cover when we do travel credit cards for you guys. But now when it comes to like beginner credit cards, you're going to have to kind of, you should be lucky at all if you're able to get any credit cards that give you any kind of benefits in the beginning, because the way they look at it is getting a lot of perks on a credit card. That's a perk of having a higher credit score, because then they can trust you with giving you more benefits, giving you higher credit limits, etc., because you are someone that's trusted with a higher credit score, right? Your credit score is nothing more than your worthiness and your ability to borrow money and then be able to actually pay that money back. The lower your credit score, the less worthy you are to pay your debts back. That's what it simply breaks down to. So, and I would say once you get into below 700, guys, that's when you start to get into territory where it's going to be a little bit harder for you to get these really good credit cards. Now, yes, you'll be able to get, basic credit cards, but if you actually really want to build your credit score up and get yourself to a point where you're able to get these actually good credit cards, you're going to need to break into the 700 range, and then more importantly, you're going to have to break into the 720 plus range to get the good cards. But to get yourself into that position, you're going to have to start with beginner credit cards, hence why this episode is so important, because a lot of you guys might be in a position where you have no to low credit, and you want to be able to kind of get yourself in a position where you can get these better credit cards. Now, I don't anticipate that you're going to want to keep these credit cards long term, or actually utilize them long term once you get your credit score to an actual good point. But, you got to start somewhere. And for a lot of you guys that have lower credit scores, this is going to be imperative for you to build your credit up. So let's go back real quick to that Discover It card real quick. Now, the Discover It card, guys, we've talked about this card literally for years, since we've been doing this series for you guys. It's always been a very good starter card for y'all, because there's different options with it. Now, as you guys can see, the reason why we're showing you guys the website is because the offers always change. You guys are going to notice that what we're showing you right now might not necessarily be the offer in a year from now, or even a couple months from now, because the credit card offers are always changing, because credit card companies are businesses at the end of the day, and they got to be able to stay appealable and competitive. So they're always changing their terms of service. So right now we are on the website, so you guys know the actual terms of services right now as we're recording this on April 28, 2025. Okay.
Yep.
And the Discover It card, as you guys know, this is a card that a lot of people utilize in the beginning. There's different options. Typically, there's a secured version and an unsecured. The secured version typically is where you're putting money into it, and it almost acts as a debit card, right? And then after a period of time, when you pay it off and you show that you're and you show that you're trustworthy, then you could go ahead and move it to unsecured and then use it as a credit card. That's one of the benefits of a Discover It card. Now, the problem with Discover, and I think Fresh alluded to it a little bit, was Discover isn't as widely accepted everywhere, and it's a bit more of a niche card. Going international with this card might be a little bit difficult because a lot of places don't accept Discover, let alone oh no, someone's calling me. Can you?
Yeah. Also Discover, man. Okay, so I got an issue with Discover. Just keeping it real here. I had a friend that we were at the same billing our credit score up. Hit a Discover card. And what happened was there was a dispute. The dispute was pretty much a simple charge that wasn't anything that he did. And he called them and said, listen, Discover, this is what happened. charged on my account. It wasn't me. You know what they told them? We're gonna investigate. I get back to you within 2 to 5 business days. 5 days came, they didn't do shit. They said, "Listen, bro. Basically, you're stuck with this charge." So to me, Discover, man, I'm not gonna hold you, bro. From what I've seen from them, customer service sucks. But at the same time, like Myron's saying, it's not widely accepted card everywhere because Discover's a niche card, like you said. So only probably in America, certain places you can use a card to benefit.
Yeah,
from
a lot of places are not going to accept Discover. Again, this is why I tell you guys, like a card like this is a card you want to get your credit score up, and then quickly segue off. A bit more advanced. I tell you guys, you want to have one MasterCard at least and one Visa. Yeah. Visa and MasterCard are by far the most widely accepted. Discover, even American Express, they're not as widely accepted. So you got to, obviously keep that in mind. Like I would not have a wallet full of nothing but Discover cards. That's going to probably be problematic.
I was in France. I used Visa card. Perfect.
Yeah. So Discover, guys, not as good. But when it comes to builder credit cards, beginner credit cards, the Discover is one of the best. I can't even really talk smack when it comes to beginner and builder cards. The Discover is absolutely good, especially since you're able to get the secured or the unsecured versions of this. So a lot of you guys might not even be able to get a credit card. At least you can go ahead and get yourself a secured credit card, which a secured credit card, like I said before, you put money on it, it behaves like a debit card. And then once you get to a certain point, you can go ahead and segue and turn it into a credit card, an unsecured credit card. Okay, so that's a good way to get yourself in, especially for you guys that have no to low credit. Good way to get your foot in the door. And then in this case, going back to it real quick, it looks like they've actually upped some of the things where you're able to get fucking cash back, which is wild to me because for a very long time, you weren't able to get cash back on this card. So it looks like they've increased it where you get 5% cash back on everyday purchases at different places you shop each quarter, like grocery stores, etc. So it might be where, okay, there's a calendar. Okay, what that means, chat, let me explain this for you. What this means is it rotates. So 1 month you might get 5% cash back on grocery stores. Another month you might get 5% cash back on gas stations. Another day you might get 5% cash back on dining. So pay attention to the calendar. They typically do this where it rotates. I'm not a fan of credit cards like this that do rotating like this, but hey, with a credit card like this that has a very low requirement to get in, that's a plus for you guys because most of the time these beginner credit cards have no perks. So the fact that they've actually added in a cashback perk to a Discover card is that's very interesting, and that's good. That's good because before it used to be, hey, nigga, just be happy that you got a credit card in the first place.
Yo, back in my day, bro, we didn't have this, man.
No perks at all.
Think about this. All we had was pay on time, nigga, and that was it.
That's it. Yeah,
that's it, bro. Damn.
You'd be lucky if you can even get anything. Go back up real quick with this thing. Let's see what else they got here. Unlimited cashback match, which is good. Okay, get unlimited dollar for dollar match on all cashback you earn at the end of your first year automatically. There's no limit to how much will match, so you could turn $50 cashback to $100. You could turn $100. Okay, so basically they won't jip you out because a lot of times they'll like expire it or say, oh no, up to this amount will match cashback.
Yeah.
And then fraud liability. This is like a no-brainer. Like that's the whole purpose of using credit cards is so that you can go ahead and call. If you feel like your card is being used fraudulently, but I guess they got to make that a perk because again, for beginners with credit cards, they don't, they're not used to this liability. A lot of people, guys, believe it or not, are idiots and still use debit cards to purchase a lot of their stuff. And a lot of times when you use a debit card, you don't get the same protection as you would with a credit card. So there's a selling point to a lot of idiots out there that are not financially aware. But I tell you guys all the time, one of the biggest reasons why you need to use a credit card for everything is quite literally because of fraud liability.